are now tuning in to Stay Today to the Point Radio.
Five, four, three.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Stay to the Point Radio on WFES 98.1. I am your host, Sidewave.
Yo, fuego.
Cherry Lee here. Your girl, Sean.
And we are back with another show. We got plenty of topics we're going to go ahead and talk about. First and foremost, I would love to ask, how y'all guys doing this week? Or how's y'all week anyways?
Been cool.
Been treat?
I'm good.
Been great?
Good.
Been fantastic?
Nothing spectacular happened, but I'm here. I'm thankful for all of that. It was a good week.
Bet.
It was a quiet week.
Bet. I'm glad to hear that. All right, with all that being said, man, my week was great. Finally got a damn haircut. So it feels good, especially in this heat. I had a heat index of 108 degrees out here, and now it's about a good 109 today. That's why my ass is in the backyard. I would be inside getting the AC, but I said, you know what? I like the natural light, so I'm gonna sweat it out with y'all. Well, by myself, while y'all over there just comfortable as hell.
No, I'm outside too. For the natural light, for the same.
The natural
light.
light.
Dark in the house.
So you gonna sweat it out with me? Okay, word.
Yeah,
I'm in this air conditioning.
Oh, well, enjoy that, son.
I was outside for 3 hours working them boys out, so I'm good.
Word.
I saw the videos.
Word.
Oh yeah, they trying. They trying to work. That's what we've been doing.
That's all that matters, bro. That's what it is. You gotta work hard to get your goals, you heard? But all right, so let's get into it. We're gonna start off playoffs starting Tuesday. I guess I'll go ahead and bring up tomorrow. Monday. Oh, it is Monday. Damn, that's right. Starting at 12:30.
Chandra for the NBA correction.
Oh, facts. She got. You could tell she got mad at me too. She said it's tomorrow, motherfucker. Damn. All right, my bad. I'm gonna pull it up the brackets real quick, and then we're gonna take it from there. But obviously the big one, Lakers, Portland. Let's just start off with there.
That ain't the big one.
No, it's not. That's definitely not the big one.
That's the scary one.
That's the bias right there. That's the
scary one.
That is the bias. That is the bias.
I'm shook. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm shook a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you serious?
Dame is the truth.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
And
don't do it. Don't talk bad. Do not talk bad about Damian Lillard. I'm telling you that right now, Sean.
I know what you're gonna say.
Sean, I tell you that right now. Do not talk bad about Dame.
He's listening. You don't need no more fuel.
I don't care. He can't even make it out the Western Conference.
Oh.
So for me, I love Damian Lillard. I really do, and he has been clearly the MVP of the seeding. Right? We know that.
Yeah.
He always shows up and shows out. Right? I mean, this is not new. Damian. I mean, this is maybe he's done it. He did it a little more this time, but he shows up. And I mean, honestly, truth be told, as a Westbrook fan, he's always shut down Russell. Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, Portland, until they prove me different, they're fool's gold. They always get to a certain place and then they fumble. You always get excited about them just for them to get swept the next round. And that's just the way I feel about them. So I am rooting for them because I want them to break out. Same thing for Houston.
Okay.
Unfortunately, now I have to be a part of that whole mess. But I feel they're another team in the West that is fool's gold. They get to a certain place and then they fumble. And so until they prove me different, I don't care how much they show out. I have to see it to believe it.
You guys see them go all the way because they've been there. Yeah,
I have to see them go. Like beating the Lakers would be a stamp for me. Like that would be or even giving them a run for their money. Like going a 7 game.
It definitely would. It definitely would, only because the fact you got LeBron and you got AD. It wouldn't be if they weren't playing the Lakers. If they were playing Lakers or the Clippers, I would say, because of who they got on their team. Because they made it out the first round. They made it out the second round. They just haven't. But to beat those, the path will be it would be crazy. I would be upset. But,
All right. So what's your prediction, Sherry? What's your prediction? How many? Who's winning? And what's the number?
My prediction
for the Lakers and Blazers.
It's going to be Yeah, that's gonna be a biased prediction. It's gonna be the Lakers, for
Be
me.
biased as you want.
Right.
We gotta have the positive energy out there.
So what we talking? We talking game 6? What we talking? 4-2?
I like that number.
Me too.
Yeah,
4-2?
I like that number. Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
I got 4. I got 4.
You say 4-2? I think it is going to be 4-2 as well. And like I said, he's gonna give a good. I'm picking the Lakers, and I think I'm being a little bit biased, but I feel like they can't. Nobody could guard LeBron. Like there's nobody in that team that could guard
They gotta
LeBron.
do it as a unit.
They gotta close that hole up. I think depending on how LeBron shoots, is going to um, it's going to depend on that. I think everybody else also obviously they look bad. They've been looking bad these past
Oh,
8
like
games.
shit, yeah.
They look horrible, and it scares the shit out of me. I mean, you got people already picking Blazers to upset the Lakers just because of these 8 games. Yes,
I heard a couple.
Jalen Rose picked the Blazers.
I mean, you gotta remember who the haters are, though.
I was gonna say James has been hate. I don't know what.
No, I think a lot of these players go on this media and then they hop bandwagons. Like they become bandwagon hoppers. Like they just talked how highly praising LeBron and the Lakers, and then all of a sudden you see the Blazers setting it off, and then the Lakers having a bad 8 games, and it's like, oh well, the Blazers gonna take over. Man, they quick to hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but you got to remember, there's a lot of undercover Bron haters. Jalen's one of them. He was mad about the whole I had a school first. Okay, y'all are both helping the community. Bravo, great. And then you of course know old boy. Oh gosh, from geez, how am I forget his name? Who? No,
old players.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
We already know that.
He is
the biggest hater in the
world.
He is such a hater. Like he is such a hater. So some people you got to take with a grain of salt. I'm just excited about these playoffs because I think there's a lot of really great teams out right now, and people are really playing hard. And I do think with this break. And just in general, honestly, even during the regular season, a lot of people kept screaming Lakers, Lakers, Lakers as getting the ring. I've never seen it that way. I really think there's some very solid teams. And when I say teams, that's what I love about it. Like in the 90s, you had squads. There's a lot of squads, not just this ISO thing, Houston, who ain't going nowhere. I want her to get out. But squads, like people who are playing together and cohesive and flowing and everyone knows their role. That's when you're gonna see danger. I really like that. If AD does not perform, I think he is the formula for you all. Bron is gonna be Bron, but AD has to be on. He has to be consistent.
He has to be AD. He has to be AD.
Y'all are. If he's not, or if he gets injured, y'all got a problem.
And that's the biggest thing. Is that last one?
Man.
Last. But we won't say that word no more.
Right. Please.
Anytime he falls the most that I've ever seen a big dude fall. I'm like, yo, why do you gotta fall all the time?
Yeah.
They do.
Because Ron's in the West now, so putting everyone on his back isn't gonna look the same.
He can't do it. He can't do it. No, he can't do it.
They need to do that. But go ahead, Sarah.
No, I was just saying I don't see that he needs to do that in the West. I think that the way that the particular team that he's on, I don't see that he needs to do that. Which is why I feel like he's been able to do and be comfortable doing more things that he wants to do, unlike when he was in the East, which we all know is not the best conference in the world. He had to carry people, you know what I'm saying? And he hasn't had to do that, I don't feel, especially the way that they reformulated the team. I think it is definitely in his favor. But yeah, AD does have to show up, and I do agree with Chandra that is the key to them winning.
Yeah, 100%, and that's every round.
So Sean, when you got the
and Portland has to come with the game. Like they can't just show up and play. Like they actually have to have a plan in order to hold down LeBron. Like that's just the truth.
Because you can't have Melo on LeBron. I don't see that working.
I think y'all also, and the X factor. To be honest with you, the X factor is gonna be the Dwight Howard. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Hold down Whiteside in them. Whiteside in them long, and that gives LeBron trouble. If you know longer centers, he might have to drop down to the 5 sometime to bring him out of the paint. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to have Vogel. I mean, they got kids. They got a good coaching squad over there. So hopefully they'll do that. But what we gotta realize, the glaring thing right now is there's no home court advantage. So it's not anybody that how usually the others come out.
I kind of like that.
I do too.
like that too.
That was just like hooping. You just hooping.
Yeah.
There's no fear factor. There's no crowd. I mean, they got little sound effects, but it's
That don't
just
count.
yeah,
Like real.
It's a stereo system.
So we gonna
So let's
see.
go on to the next one. The next one is gonna be
Thunder Rockets.
Thunder Rockets. Who's your pick? Who's your
I
pick?
didn't realize we were still talking about the Lakers.
I know, right?
As for my opinion on Thunder Rockets, I mean, it's pretty much not. Is it no different than I've felt all year? I think that the MVP of the Thunder is not Billy Donovan because he's been doing the same old, but it is actually having a traditional point guard in Chris Paul, and he has been the X factor to really bring that team together, which is all I wanted for Russ was so. For me, I think that OKC is a fairly solid team. They've been solid this whole season. I love how the confidence of the new players. I love Dennis and Dennis as a sixth man, which he deserves that totally, and how he was able to humble himself coming from Atlanta and being that dude and kind of coming into the system as still the backup. But I love the team, the camaraderie with OKC, which Adams, and now I got my guy Dre back. So I'm just happy. I'm happy for that squad. I love seeing them play. I think they've done well all year on both ends of the court. So I think they're going to be a threat. Houston, to me, is even worse now with Russ than they were before him. Because now you just have two iso ball players that play very similarly with the iso ball coach. And personally, I actually think since Russ has been out with a spot injury, that they play better because Harden can be iso all by himself. I mean, when you have two Tasmanian devils on the court, it just makes it. I hate watching them. I honestly have hated it all year. So I'm just ready for them to get knocked out. I mean, do I want them to go as far as they can go? Possibly. I'm okay with that. And the only reason I'm rooting for them is because of my favorite player in the league is on their team. But he's not even playing right now. So in terms of rivalry, I heard y'all talk about before it being a rivalry. I think it would have been if Russ was there. Even with that, it can only go so far because, for example, like how KD and Golden State became a rivalry. KD was being on Golden State. That's different. Everyone loves Russ. Like Russ is loved in OKC. So there's a lot of fans just like me that are torn. Like you're kind of like rooting for both. So in a way, I'm actually glad that he's not playing. Because it gives me the advantage of rooting for just OKC. That's my take on it. But I think it's going to be I'd say a 6-game series, maybe go to 7 if Harden just turns up every night. But his ammo's going to run out. He's not going to be able to do the 50-game every night thing. And I think their defense is really going to shut him down. But you never know. He's a magician. That's what I call him. He's the magician of the NBA. And with Harden, you just never know what he can pull out his hat. Unfortunately, he'll never get a ring with how many scoring championships he's had. But yeah, that's my thought on it.
So you say the Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6.
I'll say the same thing. Thunder is 6.
I can see that. I'll go with that. You go with that, Shay?
I'm going with Thunder, so let's go in 6.
Damn, all right.
We got the next one, man. Nuggets and Jazz. What y'all got?
Nuggets. No ifs or buts about it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go as far as saying it's gonna be a sweep.
Yeah.
I think
I say 5.
I think not only because you got. I don't know if y'all saw that Conley had to leave. His kid was born, and now he has to quarantine after that. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna be there. So I can, if it is a sweat, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think 5. I think in 5.
I think they still gonna sweep them. I think it's just because the fact that you also gotta think Beasley is not there, but he's gonna come back, and then also the other young guy, Harris. Yeah, Gary Harris, another shooter. He's coming back too. So I mean, they strong. Jazz is weak. To be honest with you, Jazz should have been in the 8th. I think with Gobert and Mitchell just they keep them up. That's why they kind of went a little bit on a little run. But other than that, I mean, come on, let's be realistic. They have no bench. Um, they don't have another big man that could really dominate like Gobert. But Gobert ain't nothing but a defensive guy. He's not offensively good at all. Um, and Conley, I'm sorry, he was always an overpaid point guard to me, anyways. He's basic.
Definitely when he's overpaid.
Huh?
He's overpaid for
He's
sure, but I love
super.
him. I loved him with Memphis more though.
I like Conley. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that Memphis team. Should have
That
went
Memphis
someplace.
team, woo!
Yeah,
They
with
didn't have
him and
enough
Marcus
scoring,
Saul.
though. They didn't have enough scoring.
Yeah, with him and Marcus Saul. I think the best
And
team.
Zach Randolph.
And Zach
was
Randolph
on that squad.
and
They
Tony
had
Allen.
the squad.
And Tony
Yep,
Allen.
Tony Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a great D. I mean,
that
pause.
was.
But
But that O, they didn't have that O.
yeah, they don't. They
They needed
didn't.
that.
So
But
I say
So
it's
we
sweet.
got. So you say sweet, but everybody says the Nuggets. Everybody's good on it.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
And people need to put some respect on the Joker's name. I know he's probably boring to a lot of people, but people really don't. That dude is he's bad.
Yeah, he's
He's bad.
He's
dude.
nice.
He is,
He's
and
nice.
he dropped pounds too.
Yeah, he dropped.
I
think
really
it's
like him.
15, 20
I do.
pounds, I think.
Yeah, he does.
He almost reminds me of someone that would be on the Spurs. He has like a Spurs like,
He
Oh
does.
yeah, for
He
sure.
does.
you know.
A better Aldridge. Way better Aldridge.
I forgot about him, y'all.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah.
about
Me
him.
too. Yeah. Is he still playing?
I know, right? That's how
Oh
I feel.
shit! Shots fired. No, I think he's been hurt. I think he's been hurt. So it doesn't
That's
matter.
how I feel about my son the other day. He was like, does DeMarcus Cousins still play in the league?
It's crazy.
He works out with them.
No, but the thing about it is,
Might come back.
which is crazy, the Spurs is the first time they make the playoffs in what 23 years.
3 years, man.
That's
And
crazy.
I've been saying that every year. I'll be like, how
That's
can y'all
crazy.
forget about these dudes? They've been in that 23 years, yo. That means like they missed it when we were like 13.
Yo, DeRozan needs to look.
Like, damn.
I know DeRozan look like he looking at himself like, am I a bum? Am I that bum?
He was
He's
like,
so
I leave.
not.
He
He's
said,
so
I
good.
leave. And the team wins the championship. I leave. And the very next season,
Right.
we win a championship.
Championship.
Then
And
I
now
missed the playoffs.
I missed the playoffs for the second year being here.
Are
Am
you
I
believing it?
am I a bum?
Okay, I'll stop. Let me stop.
Am I a bum? Everybody got to
And
really
he's a
consider
good
this.
player. I hate that for him.
No, he's all right.
Sorry, are
He's
you
all right.
bullying?
I am bullying.
Or you just
Why
I am
ever
bullying.
since last week have I asked myself that question?
Yeah.
Where y'all
Because-
getting that from? Y'all know I've been off of social media for the last like.
No, because we had a sensitive guy on as a special guest
Okay.
last week. He was super sensitive and into himself, and he was like, "That's bullying. You can't continue doing that. That is bullying. You know where I'm from? That is bullying. It doesn't matter if you 12, if you 32, or you 55. That is bullying. That's bullying, bro. Yeah, he was sensitive as hell.
Yes, last week.
Hi, mister. I'm not bullying you. I don't have no.
No, I'm bullying you,
I
sir.
was laughing. He said, I'm bullying.
Because you know he's gonna watch this.
I'm
He
bullying
ain't gonna
free.
shit. He ain't gonna watch it.
Let me stop.
I'm a nice person. Don't shoot me.
I felt some type of way. I know it's like, hey, Shonda, you know how rare it is for me and Ariel to agree, and I was
Damn.
on this team last week.
Yep.
I couldn't
I was
Yep.
like,
That's
I was
word.
like,
I don't
yo,
remember.
this dude is sensitive.
He's sensitive as hell.
But I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like,
He had trauma in his life. It's
And-
okay.
yeah, your boy Nemesis
Oh,
did that.
wait.
I won't say
And
nothing.
Sean, she's also one of those
You said it
people
already.
that, like before he says something, he always gives like one of his accolades in life. Like before in grad school,
He didn't have to be a Virgo, was he?
I don't
He
know. We gotta
probably
find that out. I
was.
don't know.
He probably was. He
God.
probably was. In
Virgo or
grad
Pisces.
school, and when I did this, and
Yeah.
before this and that,
And
undergrad.
Sandra, you should have been here when he started spitting his poem.
Don't
And
do
when
it.
I
And
say-
you was about to say no, and I was like, nah, go ahead. And y'all,
No, I said go ahead, because I'm like, yo, dig yourself a hole. I already know you about to do it. And he did it. He was spitting a poem, Sandra, he was spitting a poem to a girl in a gas station. And then it was off rhythm. Like it
This
joint,
was on live.
it was
like
on
y'all-
live.
Oh.
No, not to a girl.
it's on YouTube.
No, it was on
Oh, my
YouTube.
goodness.
No, he was just reciting the poem that he spit to the girl
Wow.
in the gas station. He was like, y'all want to hear it? And I said, sure, go ahead. So he did. He did, and it was off. Like I was trying not to laugh the whole time. I'm like this.
And then And then
Whole
he kept
time.
using big words. Like I'm saying, like we all use big words or something like, but we on a podcast. Like you really feel the need to
I
use
will
those
tell
words?
you, me and Egypt used to get into it. Because I'd be like, why did you have to use the big words? You don't have to do that. The general audience, you don't speak to them like that. They don't know what you're talking about. I said, I'm not saying anybody educated. It's about the fact that you don't have to do that.
Right.
You just don't have to do that. You can talk normal.
All right.
But anyway,
It was funny. Anyway, moving past.
we got the Clippers and the
That
Mavericks.
is hilarious. I hate this stuff.
We got the Clippers and the Mavericks.
Oh, that's Clippers.
Woo! Now that's gonna be the game. That's
Really?
gonna be the game.
The series.
You don't think so?
Really?
I can see that going 7. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know about 7.
I don't know. I
I
don't
see
know
it
about that.
going 6.
I can see it going 6.
You said
I
6?
can see that being a really good. Now, I mean, because y'all talk about the Lakers. The Clippers haven't been looking good either.
They always they haven't been together like that. They haven't been together. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was hurt, and somebody out because of load management. We won't say who. But we so I understand. I mean, they look to me better than the Lakers. But
I think it's the energy behind the Mavericks. Luka just
He's nasty.
between Luka, Devin Booker, and Ja.
Oh yeah, God, nice. Yeah,
I mean, I've just been in awe of all of them. But you're right.
But Luka, and see what your boy Porzingis does.
I say
but
5.
I just think, huh?
I say in 5. Clippers.
You
In
think
5.
5?
Mavericks
5.
only winning 1.
But
Mavericks only winning 1.
I don't think it goes 7. I'll give it 5 or 6.
For sure.
I'm gonna say that I agree with Chandra about energy. For me, even a team that has better talent and should win the game, if they come out, usually I can tell within the first 5-10 minutes of the game when you don't see that energy that's supposed to be there. You're like, even though they should win this game, they're not gonna win this game because they just came out. I don't know, somebody said something to them in the locker room. I don't know what happened.
Because see, you have not seen Montrez ball in we haven't seen him ball in the bubble. I haven't seen him ball in the bubble. Maybe y'all seen him, but I haven't seen him ball. Right, like we talked about, there's no crowd, there's no hype, so you gotta get yourself hype.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You have to be self-motivated.
Can he do that? To just be self-hype. Like I believe like the guys like Rodman. Rodman was he's just like that. Like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If Montrez can do that, and he's not just the energy of the crowd and energy, you know what I'm saying, like that, then okay, I can see 5. But I mean, I think Clippers win just because of who they got on the team. You know what I mean? I don't think perimeter wise the Mavericks could get them with those two.
I just hope I hope the Clippers, I hope all these teams, especially like the Clippers and Lakers, really recognize, I would say more so the Clippers against Dallas. I think Dallas is more of a threat to me than Portland. But I recognize like all them people y'all got on your team, like just like yesterday, Memphis could have been in the game right now. Like I think there's a couple of calls from the refs that really changed the momentum and energy that I didn't like. But Memphis was out there like, we ain't never scared. I mean, they really, really more so, really Ja. I mean, the other people helped, but he kept them constantly, like, he was like, we going. So I hope these teams don't come out here thinking because we have this person or that person, we just kind of have that shoe in. I think if either of those teams, the Lakers or the Clippers, kind of get laid back, once they see that energy of the other teams, they will then. LeBron ain't gonna play with that, ain't gonna play that, and neither is Kawhi. They know how to turn up. They'll get their team energy.
I don't see either of those teams doing that. And there are teams that do that, like, but don't ever come out with the mindset that because I'm a superstar, this is going to be a shoe-in, because it don't always work out that way.
Right.
But I don't see them doing that. But I see this one being Clippers in 6. That's my.
Okay.
Clippers in 5. All right, so next, what's up?
Now we got shifts. Eastern Conference, you got the Bucks and the Magic. Easy, Bucks. Oh, yeah. Bucks in 4.
Yeah,
talk about it.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We don't. All right. The Heat and the Pacers might be a little bit something because of the little.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be that might. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That might take it back to the 90s.
I think the Heat and 6 though.
Wait. Heat against who?
Pacers.
Pacers.
And Oladipo back too.
With the MVP of the bubble, TJ? Whew.
Oh, well, they named Dame that, but I got you. You're right. Yeah.
TJ is definitely.
TJ's been hooping.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
If the that's why I said 6. I think.
I'd say 7 for that one for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can see the 7. I
I can see 7 too. I can see 7. I think
That would
Miami.
that would be interesting when you're
Yes.
sitting on the edge of your seat for the last game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think 7 Miami's
Just
gonna
for
take it.
fun.
I think Miami's gonna take that one though. Just barely though.
Okay.
Just
So
barely.
Miami is 7, or I'd say 6. Y'all say 7. That's what's up. And then we got the Celtics and the Sixers. Celtics got that in probably a sweep or 5. I don't think it goes longer because Ben is out.
Well, because I'm from Philly,
You gotta go.
Say no. I mean, it's not. Honestly, I'm going for the Celtics. I know that.
No, never.
I know, but I'm
Kemba's
saying
there, though.
that
Kemba,
you're
my
not
man.
gonna sweep them though. That's not gonna be a thing.
You hoping? No, you hoping they don't sweep them.
No,
There's a
they're
difference.
not,
No.
Let's say this.
You
Let's say this.
hoping.
I'm gonna go 2 sides. I'm still picking them in a sweep. I'm gonna say in a sweep. I'm gonna say a sweep. But the one game that they might get, your boy Odin, I call him Odin. Damn. And B, he goes off for like 40, 20,
No.
4 blocks.
No.
That's the only way they get a game. That's
No.
how I feel. That's how I feel.
It's gonna be a sweep. The Celtics gonna win it in a sweep. They got too much firepower. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Sweep.
think a sweep.
The Celtics do have a lot of firepower, but
Too
I
much.
have hope that they would just win at least.
They got this light skinned brother by the name of Jason. That's a huge problem.
And he been not hooping well either.
He's all right. He gonna be all right.
But I think he could turn it up in the joint.
He's in the wrong jersey, but he
the
all right.
Lakers for that, because the Lakers could have had them. Could have had him. Remember? Could have had Jason.
That's all right. That's
anyway.
all right.
But yeah, then you might not have had AD. But
Right.
the Raptors in the net. I'm sorry. Yeah, Raptors in the Nets.
Raptors. That's quick. Sweep.
4.
Sweep. That's too easy.
Yo, you know what I would love to see? You know I want LeBron to get one more. At least one more. Y'all know that. At least one more. He ain't got to get none after just 4. Specifically because of the memory of Kobe this year.
For sure.
Like I just because everything that happened, you overshadow Kobe with the, as far as I'm talking about with the scoring list, and then what happens the next day. Like all of that, like you gotta at least push as hard as you can.
That's
but I would love
crazy
it. For my shit, I would love to see the Raptors in Portland in the finals. Something like that.
Ooh,
I would like to see something like that.
I don't know. Portland will get.
I know they would have to overcome a lot, but I'm just saying I would like to see those two.
You must have forgot.
She said Portland got to overcome a lot to get there.
You must have forgot.
That's what you want to see.
No, you must have forgot. They have Melo on this team. That's a curse by itself.
But that's another reason why. You know what I mean? Like Melo's never been there. He ain't never been.
That's a curse.
Never
That's
been
a
to the
curse.
finals, yo.
That's a
But yeah,
fact.
that's it. So I think you want to do like every week. We go like every round, or you trying to do everything? I know.
No, we could do every round. I mean, we could kind of speak on it. We could kind of speak on it and be like, I should have wrote all this down of how many y'all, what number y'all went off of. I think we all.
Well, no, I think we agreed for the most part.
We agreed on all teams, right? I think we agreed on all
for
teams.
For the most part, we go to winners. We picked the winners, but I'm just saying, like, I think we should, because it's been 40 minutes on the topic. But I'm saying, yeah. So I think we should let the first round go.
It's 30.
And once the second round, then we go and talk about what we think for those predictions.
All right, cool.
Like another, after the first round ends.
Okay, cool.
Like
hey,
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. We're gonna go into a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the next topic. Let's get it.